Good day, everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Peter Olivier, and I'm a director and co-founder of MAP Scientific Services. It's a pleasure to be here and tell you a bit more about the work we do. Our mission at MAPS is to use science and geospatial technology to solve environmental problems. The solutions we develop focuses on landscapes globally and include wildfire management, wildlife satellite tracking and monitoring, infrastructure management, specifically in protected areas, community outreach programs such as sustainable honey production, and anti-poaching operations. Given the strong focus on Earth observation products this week, my talk today will focus on wildfire and the applications we developed to support better wildfire management across Southern Africa. In recent years, catastrophic wildfires have wreaked havoc across ecosystems across the globe. These include the Brazilian Amazon, Western United States, the Arctic, Australian woodlands, as well as Mediterranean Europe. Although fire is an integral part of natural ecosystems, fires are now becoming larger, more frequent, and burn with a greater intensity. All of these trends are predicted to increase under global climate change scenarios. What are the impact of wildfires? Well, this is summarized by this slide that shows the impact of wildfires on the Sustainable Development Goals. The cost in human lives and livelihoods can be counted in the number of people who perish in the flames or contract respiratory diseases, or in the number of towns, homes, businesses, farms, and communities affected by wildfires. Wildfires also result in a devastating loss of habitat that may possibly fast-track extinctions. Not only do wildfires reduce biodiversity, but they also contribute to a climate change feedback loop by emitting huge quantities of greenhouse gases, spurring more warming, more drying, and more burning. So how can we mitigate the impact of wildfires on people, the economy, and the environment? Well, at MAPS, we believe the solution lies in better data. Better data on wildfires will lead to a better understanding and management of wildfires and should ultimately mitigate the impact of wildfires. So how do we do this? We developed a model that relies on satellite remote sensing and AI to map every wildfire that occurs across South Africa every 5 days. We then make this data available to users through customized applications that provide them with the information needed to better manage wildfires. The MAPS model detects just over 75% more wildfires than any other platform used, mainly because it's so good at detecting small fires. As you can see from the graph below, MAPS detect many more fires in the 0 to 10 hectare category, which completely change interpretations of wildfire patterns. We then make this data available to users through free customized applications. First, we have what we call the Burnt Area Product Database, where users can interact, export, and report on the data. Then we have a map viewer that allows users to only view the data, but not interact with it. And finally, we have a near real-time fire dashboard that allows users to view the locations of active wildfires in near real time. Burn scar data can also be exported to other organizations via API, where it can be utilized. I will now show you some of the functionalities associated with each application, starting with the BAP database. The BAP database is an interactive web application that displays updated burn scores. In other words, every time a new satellite image becomes available, our model automatically maps and uploads the burn score, which is then displayed here. Each of these burn scores is assigned a unique ID and saved in a database, which grows and becomes more powerful over time. The application has a spatially dynamic interface that provides an overview of the number of burn scars and area burned. In this view, you can see there's just over 12,000 burn scars and just under 170,000 hectares. This database can be filtered by wildfire size, region, data, and land cover type, and also allow for the assessment of individual fires. At a click of a button, you can get the size of the area burned, the land cover type affected, and administrative region. Finally, users can also generate automatic reports. For example, by selecting the wildfire and a built-in reporting tool to generate a report that summarizes the area burned, the properties affected, and area per property affected. Here you can see we have a fire that's just under 650 hectares and that occurred across 5 properties. We can also generate reports for administrative regions. Here in Tshwane district in Gauteng, South Africa, we have a number of wildfires that affected just under 150,000 hectares. And here this report provides a breakdown of each of these, unique ID, the time where it occurred, and the area of the wildfire. So the data I showed you now can also be made available with a viewing dashboard that allow users to view but not interact with the data. This dashboard provides a dynamic overview of the number of fires, area burned, and summarizes statistics based on administrative region, time of year, as well as land cover type affected by wildfires. This is a particularly useful application if you want to create awareness around wildfires, but you don't want the data integrity to be affected. Finally, we have the near real-time fire dashboard that displays the locations of active fires updated every 6 to 12 hours. These are then displayed in a dashboard that link wildfires or active fires to administrative regions, roads, railways, or any other areas of interest. Together, these three applications provide or form a powerful integrated fire management tool that is now being utilized by nearly 20 organizations across Southern Africa. So what are our goals moving forward? We want to map every wildfire in the world. We also want to form partnerships to make this data available to organizations at the forefront of the fight against wildfires. We want to support science-based solutions adapted to local ecosystems and communities. And ultimately, we want to play our part in mitigating the impact of wildfires on people, the environment, and the economy. Thank you again for this opportunity, and you're welcome to ask any questions.